We'll give you a moment to catch your breath after that reunion. Good? Well, cozy up to your comfort animal on the bed, couch, or floor, your choice, and brace yourself for even more The Ultimatum. Queer love revelations, because the cast is ready to clear the air once and for all. There was a huge gap from when we ended the show to when we did the reunion, so to see that charged environment was a surprise. Host Jonah Garcia Swisher tells Tudum of the reunion. People were ready to rumble, ready to be heard, and ready to have their moment. And they definitely take advantage, as each of the 5 couples who risked it all for love come back together for the first time after filming to relive all the drama a year later. Some choose peace, others choose war, and one person gets up and leaves the room entirely. If that isn't enough, the episode ends with one final shocker. Lexi and Ray, who are all smiles on the reunion couch, have since called off their wedding, leaving all of us wondering what spoiled their happily ever after. Hear from the cast about what they'd like to clear up post-reunion in the clip above. And to find out who's still together, which cast members are invited to the one queer love wedding left standing, and most importantly, of course, where you can learn more about Tiff's friend Natasha, check in with the Ultimatum. Queer love cast below. Exploring, she tells Tudum. That's truly what I always wanted when I knew my relationship with Ray was ending. Somebody that made me feel the way I felt when I was with Mal, and we were walking around San Diego calling each other our wives. Lexi has since gone public with her new relationship with photographer Kristen Zancanelli, aka Zank, writing on Instagram. This woman has taken absolutely every inch of space my heart has to give. Yes, in case you're still processing, Lexi and Ray are no longer together and split shortly after the reunion. What happened? Well, just like any breakup, each has their own version of the story. But according to Lexi, Ray is just not the right person for what I want as a life partner. There's absolutely love there. There was a friendship there. There was respect there. And I will always maintain that, she adds. There's no bad blood, and I want nothing but the best for her. It's sad and bittersweet that she's like a distant cousin right now, but I hope there's a way to become friends at some point. Lexi did, however, leave the show with at least one lifelong connection. While their trial marriage with Mal was strictly platonic, the two have remained close ever since. Calling Mal a friend wouldn't even feel like enough value because she's family, she says. There will be times where my brother will call me and be like, "So I just talked to Mal and asked her for advice." Reflecting on her experience, Lexi says she was humbled as hell as the ultimatum giver and has reevaluated her entire approach to dating going forward. Her major takeaways: having more meaningful conversations earlier, so you don't ever get to a point where you have to issue an ultimatum. Finding my voice has been a really huge takeaway for me, especially being with someone who's so dominant. Ray is also doing the work to break generational patterns and express herself as someone who grew up in an Asian household where she learned to hide your emotions and brush them under the rug. Saying "I love you" to her friends and family is something that she says she's actively working on. Now, Ray is single and still living in Orange County, Cal, but looking to make a move out to Los Angeles within the next month, where she hopes to find a new community and perhaps a soulmate one day. I just feel like I'm a better partner and a better person, she says. I feel the most secure and confident I've ever felt. I don't need someone else right now, which is the perfect place to be when you do eventually want to be with someone. As the only couple still together after the reunion, the two believe they found their way through the mess and back to each other thanks to one simple rule. We came first, and then the relationship came second, Sam tells Tudum. If it was meant to be, then we'll come back together, but we put everything in it for our own journeys and healing. Giving each other the space and time to look inward has made Aussie fall even more in love with Sam since the experiment ended, because now they both have the tools to weather the ups and the downs. I really am so lucky to be with this person, Aussie adds, noting that Sam was one of the first people that questioned Ossie's gender identity. Their discussions spurred a period of major self-discovery for both that has yet to let up. Sam was asking me questions, and I was like, yeah, I've always felt like I was male since I was a little kid, Ossie says. She allowed that space for me to explore, and I'm still exploring. Am I non-binary? Am I trans man? Am I transmasculine? These are all the things that weren't in my vocabulary growing up. Having a partner who's supportive in that journey has allowed me the space to do that. For the moment, the couple's healing journeys take precedent over walking down the aisle. We're slowly getting there, but I just have so much groundwork that I'm doing with my life that's kind of taken priority, Ossie explains, with Sam adding that the work they are doing together is so much more of a commitment than just having a wedding. There is, however, one detail they've already nailed down about their future nuptials. Sam and Ossie reveal that the only cast members who can expect an invitation are Tiff and Vanessa. As for Mildred, Ossie says they are not currently on speaking terms, but leaves the door open for a friendship in the future, saying, "There's still some healing for me to do on my end, and I'm going to get there." So what does that mean exactly? Well, since the reunion, Vanessa is prioritizing herself and her needs, be it traveling solo around Europe for 2 months or picking up and moving to Los Angeles, where she currently lives. What I learned during the experience is to accept that I'm not everyone's cup of tea, and to just not let it bother me, she tells Tudum. I'm going to do what I want in life and want to find the happiest version of myself. For now, that includes not being in a committed relationship, which has allowed Vanessa to truly embrace her newfound independence. Since I don't have a serious partner, I'm never disappointing someone or leaving someone in the dust, she says. Following her split with Sander and trial marriage with Ray, Vanessa is looking for an entirely different kind of love connection. When I met Sander, we very much needed each other in a way, because we were both still coming out to our family and friends, she explains. Our stories are intertwined and empowered by each other. But now, Vanessa's ideal relationship is one where she and her future partner complement each other, not complete each other, a distinction she's only realized with the benefit of hindsight. Vanessa even came close to finding that balance, revealing she's been in a serious relationship since the show ended that ultimately didn't work out. It was beautiful to realize I could fall in love again, Vanessa says. I struggled for a long time. I was single, sad, and crying every day, so to find myself again and to be able to fall in love with someone else was a really reaffirming experience. Now she's firmly back in her single era, which means dating, making friends in a new city, and putting her past with Sander behind her. When I watched the show back, I found out a lot of things that Xander had never told me. So much as I thought I was healed, I wasn't, she says.